and all these on that option. Get the mask on my face like a catch. Don't call my phone unless you trying to copy. I'll pull up and serve you where.
Should the Carolina Panthers go out and sign Colin Kapernick? Yo! On LCameraTV, make sure you like, subscribe, and share the show on things like Facebook and Reddit and Instagram and Roma.com and wherever else. And guys, we got a lot to talk about, man. The Carolina Panthers had an atrocious game this Sunday, so we definitely got to talk about that. We got to break down some of the things that I've noticed. Secondly, the Carolina Panthers might want to go out and sign a guy who had a practice on Saturday in front of 8 media members, which the Carolina Panthers didn't send a representative there too. Definitely got to talk about that. And what is the outlook for a certain quarterback that has been put on IR? So we got a lot to talk about today, guys. So let's get started. So the first thing I want to get into is the abysmal game the Carolina Panthers had against the Atlanta Falcons this Sunday. And it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. The Panthers got beat 29-3. And I know all the players are going to say, oh, you know, all of us played badly, and which a lot of them did. It's not like, you know, obviously Luke Kuechly, and Julio Jones was not ideal. And, you know, they did not play well. I'll give them that. They played like trash. But it could have been overcome because Christian McCaffrey played very good. He had 70 rushing yards, 121 receiving yards. He played great. But the person who deserves most of the blame in this situation, because he got most of the praise, even though I said he shouldn't have got most of the praise because Christian McCaffrey was carrying the team, is Kyle Allen. Kyle Allen threw 4 interceptions in that game to 0 touchdowns. He had plays where he was just underthrowing guys, overthrowing guys. I remember there was one play to DJ Moore. He threw it behind DJ Moore into double coverage that got intercepted in the red zone. There was another play where he threw it to Desmond Trufant. He was trying to throw it to DJ Moore in the red zone. And all he had to do was throw the ball a little bit higher. Because if he threw it higher, it went over Desmond and into DJ's hands. But he threw it directly to Desmond. Those are 2 picks I can speak of. I remember there was a play where Christian McCaffrey kind of did a up and out route. He went left. And if he would do it, like I said, he would have lofted it a little bit higher, Christian could have got. Because Ricardo Allen cut under Christian. So if he threw it over, Christian could have caught the pass and Ricardo Allen would have been in position. But he didn't do that. So there was a lot of bad plays from Kyle Allen. Yes, he threw for 300-something yards, but 4 turnovers and no touchdowns on short field, red zone situations is horrible. It's not what you want from a quarterback. So, like I said, everybody played badly. Besides Christian, obviously Christian is what a Christian is. He played well, but everybody else besides that played horribly. You know what I'm saying? They didn't live up to their ability. You know what I'm saying? The defense didn't hold them. Now, mind you, I can't blame the defense too much either, because when you turn the ball over that many times, the defense is going to be on the field a lot more, and they're a lot more liable to get exposed. That's what happens. They get tired. You know what I'm saying? They're on the field too long. You know what I'm saying? That's why people say dominate time of possession, because when you dominate time of possession, that unit that's on the field, which is usually the defense, is going to get tired after a while. They're going to be tired of constantly tackling and running and jumping because they're on the field for so long. They dominated time of possession because of our turnovers. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Same thing with Green Bay. We lost that game because we lost a turnover battle. You know what I'm saying? Even though it was right in it towards the end of the game, they wouldn't have been in at all if we didn't turn the ball over twice. You know what I'm saying? So definitely Kyle Allen played atrocious, but you know, it is what it is. Ron Rivera, you know, saying, oh, you know, it's growing pains. It is not growing pains. There's tons of young quarterbacks that didn't have 4 interception games. That's a lie. That he's just trying to mask over, you know, a horrible game from Kyle Allen, and I don't agree with that, because at the end of the day, if it's a bad game, it's a bad game. Lamar Jackson ain't throwing 4 interceptions. You know what I'm saying? Like, Deshaun Watson ain't throwing 4 interceptions. And what you gonna be like, oh, well, why are we considering him or comparing him to, you know, top young quarterbacks? Because he's gonna be the starter now. You know what I'm saying? Because people were saying he should be the starter. Because people were saying that it's his team now, no longer Cam Newton's team. And if you're gonna take that mantle, you gotta take the responsibility and the pressure that comes with it. And if he's going to be a starter, he had to be judged by starter standards. You know what I'm saying? Franchise quarterback standards. That's what he's had to be judged by, because that's what he is, right? That's what they're saying he is. That's what they're saying he's, you know, the next Tom Brady, Kurt Warner. That's what he has to be judged by. And by those standards, he's playing horrible. Now, if you judge him as a backup standard, then yeah, that was, you know, a bad game for a backup, but that's what backups do. They have up and down games. That's their backups. But people were saying, oh, move on from Cam and give the team to Kyle Allen as Kyle Allen's team. I remember on Good Morning America, they said he has it, right? No, Good Morning Football. They say he has it. He has something about him in the Green Bay game. Well, he had a 4 interception game. Let's see if he still has it, right? My personal thing is Kyle Allen is a backup. You know what I'm saying? He has up and down games. That's what backups do. They can only do so much, and when you put the pressure of starters on them, then they're not going to perform well. That's what he is. But everybody made it seem like he was the next second coming of Tom Brady and Kurt Warner, and now we see him kind of fall back down to earth where he actually is, which is an undrafted backup who plays all right in certain spots, and he's not expected to do much. But if he's not getting mega turnovers like we were in the beginning of the season, and a bunch of sacks and all that stuff like we was in the beginning of the season, and Chris McCaffrey playing out of his mind, he's not going to look as good as he did in the beginning of the season. Now, the second thing I want to get into is Colin Kaepernick. Now, mind you, the Carolina Panthers did not send a representative to Colin Kaepernick's practice, even when he was going to do it in the Atlanta Falcons stadium. But Colin, from what the report said, sent a video of his workout to all 32 teams and sent obviously the number to his agent and everything like that, whatever, so he can get in contact, right? The Carolina Panthers need to look at Colin Kaepernick. And this is me being all honest. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, Will Grier, they already said, is not ready. Kyle Allen is regressing, if anything. You know what I'm saying? He didn't play a great before the bye week. But since the bye week, he's thrown 9 interceptions in, 3 or 4 games? So he's regressing. Mind you, he already had like 7 or 8 fumbles he has. So he has way more turnovers than touchdowns. And the Carolina Panthers have a pretty good team. If we had somebody that can manage the game, that can throw the ball deep, that can scare the defense, that can scramble and get yardage, we will be in a good situation. But right now we're not, because Kyle Allen is not good at scrambling at all. Kyle Allen, is inconsistent at times. Obviously, we've seen the 4 interception game. He was very inconsistent. And yes, I'm not going to sit here and make it seem like Kyle Allen wasn't sacked. He was definitely sacked. But this is something that Cam Newton's dealt with his whole career, getting sacked multiple times. So, for me, you need somebody that's going to be an impact player, that's going to be able to rally a team, that's going to be able to, win games. At the end of the day, it's about winning games. And Kyle Allen is not going to win games. We are 5-5 now. You know what I'm saying? We went to the bye week, I think it was 5-3 or 5. No, we went to bye week 4-2. Then we lost to San Fran, it was 4-3. Then we beat Titans, they were 5-3. And then we lost to the Packers, and we lost to the Falcons. Now we're 5-5. The Panthers probably are not going to make the playoffs, the way the situation is. But if we have any hope of getting to the playoffs, we need an influx at quarterback. And the players are not going to say that because obviously they're not going to speak down to their quarterback currently. But let's be honest, Kyle Allen is what we thought he was, an undrafted guy, and there's a reason why he wasn't drafted. I mean, he played all right. He was a game manager in the beginning, but once you start putting the onus on him to make plays, because again, our defense is not getting nowhere near the amount of turnovers as they were before. He had a short field all in the beginning part of the season. Now he doesn't have that. So this is what matters. This is what dictates. This is what changes everything. When you put that pressure on him, he crumbles. You know what I'm saying? He crumbled when he was in college. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. So the Carolina Panthers need to give Colin Kaepernick a very serious look, because at the end of the day, you need a quarterback that's going to win games. And he might not be the biggest threat ever, but at least teams are going to respect Colin and his throwing ability and his running ability over Kyle Allen's. Now, what does Kyle Allen's recent struggle mean for Cam Newton? Now, all of the media was saying, oh, get rid of Cam. Kyle Allen's the next guy. Cam is injured too much. All this stuff. And since the bye week, Kyle Allen has been horrible. And I give credit to Nick Wright because he was saying the same thing I was saying. Kyle Allen is not the future. Do not get rid of Cam. Cam Newton should still be the quarterback. He was saying that. Even when he believed that they're going to move on, he said they're going to be looking for another quarterback in 2021, which would have been true. If we move on Cam, we're going to be looking for another quarterback. But the situation for Cam Newton now is you basically got your job back. I mean, Kyle Allen is playing so horribly now that nobody will believe that Kyle Allen is going to be the next guy. You know what I'm saying? And if, let's say, Will Grier, we don't know what Will Grier is going to be. So if anything, Cam Newton is going to be on contract next year. But if I was Cam, I don't know how vested I would feel in the team that once a guy played kind of good, I mean considerably well, I guess, whatever, and was winning games, they was ready to push me out the back door. I would not be, too emboldened to come back to a team like that. That's me being honest. So somebody said it the other day on the chat, and they said, if I was Cam, I wouldn't come back until I get a new contract. And I was thinking, I was like, maybe they're right, because Cam Newton is a MVP winning quarterback. Cam Newton attended a Super Bowl, and Cam Newton can be a dominant player again when healthy. So if I'm Cam, I'm not gonna reinvest myself into a team just to be a bridge quarterback. I'm not gonna reinvest myself into a team just so they can play me for 1 year, and then once they draft their next guy, if I play well, they're gonna draft a guy behind me just to push me out the back door again. No, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. If anything, I'm gonna get a second contract out of them. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna tell them to trade me so a team can give me a second contract. Because at the end of the day, man, quarterbacks are a commodity. There's a lot of teams that don't have them. Obviously, we talk about the Bears, but we talking about the Titans. We talking about a bunch of teams. And mind you, it just is what it is. The Broncos don't got a quarterback. There's a lot of teams that don't have a quarterback that's better than Cam Newton or just in general. So I'm not gonna sit here and be like, hey, you know, I'm gonna stay for the 1 year and not get another contract while you draft some other guy to replace me. I'm gonna say, hey, trade me to this team, trade me to that team, because at the end of the day, I gotta do what's best for me and my family. You know what I'm saying? If that team's gonna give me a contract, I gotta do it. If the Carolina Panthers want Cam Newton to stay, they better be ready to open up that checkbook and be like, hey, give Cam a new contract. Because at the end of the day, everybody's talking about building around Christian and building around this guy. But at the end of the day, the teams that win Super Bowls, the teams that hold up the Lombardi Trophy, are the teams with good quarterbacks. Even if you want to talk about the Steelers back in the days, and you know, with Ben Roethlisberger, you know, being a game manager. You want to talk about Joe Flacco and the Ravens. You want to talk about Trent Dilfer. You want to talk about, you know what I'm saying, the Patriots when Tom Brady's a game manager. The main thing was the defense was dominant, which our defense isn't. Our defense is not dominant. Our defense comes and goes. That 3-4 defense does not look like it's changed life in Carolina. I think they should go back to 4-3. The secondary, you know what I'm saying, looks like a lot of Band-Aids. You know what I'm saying? James Bradbury was saying he want a new contract. He's happy. He plays better when he's about to get paid. Well, right now, I don't know. So the defense is not living up to the billing. The O-line is still in shambles. Obviously, Kyle got sacked 5 times. Christian McCaffrey is the only bright, shining light in the whole team right now. Greg Olsen is still doing his thing as over reliable, but for the most part, the team they have no direction right now. So if I'm Cam Newton, either you sign me to a long-term contract so I can make things happen later on, or you get me out of there. I really hope the Panthers are smart and they beg this man to stay and give him a contract. Because at the end of the day, he is the best thing we have right now. Because it's too late to tank. We already won 5 games. If anything, we'll probably be the 10th, you know what I'm saying? And you know our organization never trades up, ever. They haven't traded up, you know what I'm saying? Well, they trade up, but just never trade up for an offensive player. They always trade up for defensive players. Or they trade up to get, linemen in the second round, but they don't trade up in the first round. I haven't seen them do that in years. So that's just not their thing. They don't go out and trade a bunch of draft picks to get players. That's not their thing. So we just gotta understand that they're not gonna do that. And the Panthers are in a crazy situation right now. You know what I'm saying? They're in a crazy situation right now. So hopefully they beg Cam Newton to stay, and he does. Because if he doesn't stay, we might well go into full rebuild mode, man. Because I don't see anybody on the team really that is that dominant besides Christian McCaffrey. And mind you, Christian is only as good as his offensive line. If he don't have a good offensive line, it doesn't matter what he does. Just being honest, it doesn't matter because O-lines matter. So I don't know, man. Well, that's it for me, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share the show. Cool things like Facebook and Reddit and Instagram and Roman.com and Twitter and wherever else. And guys, get in the comment section, man. Do you think the Carolina Panthers should sign Colin Kapernick? And how you think they should handle the Cam Newton situation? Put that in the comment section below. Check out the Spreadshirt account, the Patreon page, the NFL affiliate link, and I have an announcement. I have an Amazon affiliate program link also. So NFL shops, you can get all your NFL gear and all that stuff like whatever. But the NFL affiliate, the Amazon affiliate program or affiliate link, you can get all your extra stuff, man. Your neon signs, all kinds of cool stuff. You know what I'm saying? Cars, autograph cars, and all that stuff. So definitely check out all those links, man. Check out my dog Ron Steve's channel. Very funny, very talented. We also have a podcast together. Definitely check him out, man. Like I said, his channel's growing. Don't miss the wave. Y'all already know what it is, man. Share with our Panther fans, my Panther League, and football related. Let them know LCameraTV is rocking Panther Nation. Panther Nation rocking LCameraTV. Thank y'all for showing love. Thank y'all for tuning in. And I'm going to see y'all next time. Peace.